of a debrief there. 38 goals we've seen. Yet again, not a 0-0 in sight. In fact, the second highest scoring weekend of this Premier League season. Saturday wins for Arsenal, for Brentford. Burnley scoring 5 in the Premier League for the first time in their history. Massive one for Everton and for Newcastle. Today, 2-2 draw between Bournemouth and Villa. Chelsea got over the line with 10 men against Brighton. Liverpool were 3-2 down and came back to win it 4-3 at Anfield. West Ham pegged back to 1-1, and so too Manchester City, 3-2 up. And that goal from Kulusevski in the 90th minute gets Spurs a huge point at the Etihad. So this is how the table looks, and remember, it'll change again by Tuesday because we have a full midweek match round coming your way. Arsenal 2 clear of Liverpool, 3 clear of City. Liverpool up to second after their win at Anfield. Spurs into the top 5 above Newcastle, 6 points off the top, and indeed just 3 off the reigning champions, Manchester City. At 1 point on Saturday, before they played Everton, were bottom of the table. They got off that by beating Nottingham Forest. Sheffield United hit for 5 by Burnley, prop up the table. Burnley's second win takes them to 7 points along with Everton. They're just 2 points now behind fourth from bottom Luton. And that extra point for Bournemouth, just giving them that 6-point buffer between themselves and the drop zone.
Congratulations on a hard-fought point. It must feel like a huge point, Diane.
Oh, of course, we would like to win. We had the last chance in the last second, I think, but in the end, it was an unbelievable second half from us. I'm really proud of the guys, and really we have to play like this all season.
Yeah, one thing about this side we're seeing, Sonny, you don't stop believing, do you?
Yeah, of course, that's why we love football. I mean, that's what I told to the lads, and the gaffer also spoke about before the game. Obviously, Man City is a huge team and one of the best teams in the world. So, yeah, but football, that's why we love football. You know, it happens sometimes, but but we kept believing until 90 minutes. So, yeah, I'm very proud of the team.
A roller coaster of a game and a roller coaster of emotions for you at the start to have scored at either end within the space of 2.5 minutes.
No, look, that's a football. Sometimes it happens. Obviously, I'm trying to do the best thing for the team, and I couldn't react. Obviously, but still, good experience to score on goal first times against Man City.
You did find a way back, but how hard was it once you were 2-1 down to try and get control again in that game?
Really hard, but like I said, the second half was unbelievable. It was too bad that we conceded that goal, because if we kept playing like that, we would have won the game. But we have to learn. We have a lot of things to learn, but if we can just learn to get better mentally, then we're going to be on top of the season.
Yeah, mentally, tell us what's going through your head to then go 3-2 down. You've got about 10 minutes to go to find yourselves back into that game. What are you thinking?
Nothing. That's the best always. Don't think nothing. Think as little as possible, and then God will do the work.
But there's always that belief there, Sonny, that you could find that equaliser.
Yeah, we scored 2 goals, obviously, in City away games. Obviously, the last were obviously when you thought about 2-2 last 10 minutes, when you conceded 3-2 at here, I think everybody gonna give up. So, but I think the lads haven't gave up until the last whistle, and I mean, brilliant work from Brennan, cross unbelievable inside the box, and obviously Decky doesn't score header normally, but I'm very proud of him, and then he's massive. I think these points bring us so much for the season. I think this is a huge point for the team and for the players' confidence.
Yeah, how much courage will you take from this in what has been a bit of a difficult few weeks for Tottenham? A lot. The coach was angry on us on half-time. He said, guys, please just play, stop thinking and just play, and that's what we have to do. Okay, well done today. It was a great team performance, but you are the player of the match. If Sonny, you wouldn't mind doing the honours?
Well done.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
Well, they had a big part to play, didn't they? And that's a very good point. What will it do to belief in the Tottenham dressing room? Because, as we've mentioned, not many teams go to the Etihad and get anything.
Well, also on the back of 3 losses as well. That would have been the 4th loss if they'd have gone down 3-2. And I think that just dissolves every bit of confidence that they might have had in the manager and the way they're playing, because they are playing a risk game, there's no doubt about it. But they just keep going. Sonny said on there, we just keep going. The manager at half-time said, look, you're thinking too much about it. Just go out and play. And that's where he's taking all the pressure off Tottenham players. If you make a mistake like Bissouma, which we'll see, gives the 3rd goal away, really, could play simple, but he's not really under pressure after that happens. You think, well, that's what the manager wants. It'll work out sometimes. We'll go through the pitch and we'll get an attack going. Or sometimes we might make a mistake. It might end up in the back of the net or the keeper might make a save. That's the way they're playing. He's making them play with a bit of freedom. I like the way they played second half, as I said earlier. I think second half there was a nice balance. Take away the misjudgments and the balls they gave away on the edge of their penalty area. But that's how he wants them to play. That's going to happen in every single game. First half, Basuma did the same thing, got away with it. Ireland hit one over the bar, if you remember. Give it away right outside the box. But the manager hasn't said to him, I don't want you to do that. Because second half, he's gone and done it again. But he's saying, go and play, I'll take all the fear out of your play. And if it doesn't work out, it's on my shoulders, not yours. And that's the way Spurs are playing at the moment.
And from a player's point of view, Owen, that's an extraordinary amount of faith the manager's placing in them, isn't it, really, in a situation like that?
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. He just says, look, just play, keep playing, keep popping, keep moving the ball. And they just create little overloads, little triangles. You know, we always start every football session, any team I've ever played on, whether England, Man United, we start with boxes. And that's just like a 6v2. That's all he's trying to do. He just creates little overloads all across the pitch. And all these players are moving into positions to create overloads so they can keep it. Small little triangles and get out. It works. You know, it's effective. But the problem is, defensively at times, they look a little bit vulnerable. Glenn's right. That first half, I mean, they could have been down 4 or 5. But even though, they still come out and keep playing. And you think, if they get Maddison back in there, he's perfect for this system. You know, they're going to be fun to watch. I don't know what place they're going to finish, but they're going to be a good watch.
Yeah. It's the sea change, I think, as well, from what they've had, the recent Tottenham managers, the last 3 or 4. It's so negative, really, the defensive managers. So to go fly through that, and then all of a sudden you have probably the most offensive manager, most attack-minded manager in the world of football, I guess. I mean, it's a real different mindset for the players, and one I'm sure some of the attacking players are enjoying. But I'm not sure if I was the goalkeeper or centre halves and things like that, that I would be enjoying.
I think you've got to say as well, Michael, is that to go to City away from home with 10 players out, and you're what I call the spine of the team as well. Some very good players, Maddison and likes. To go there and get a draw, however, hook or by crook, they kept going. That's a wonderful draw. It's a wonderful point because, you know, I think they could have gone there in the first half. It could have been embarrassing, but it wasn't. They were brave and strong enough to keep going in the second half and believe in themselves. And it's a really good draw with the players that they had to play.
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it, with the players missing?
It's massive. I mean, Romeo, he'll be back soon. Udogie came back in.
Next game.
I thought he looked good. Obviously, Van de Ven, when he's back in, they look fantastic. Richarlison was back fit on the bench, but their best player in James Maddison, you know. So I think these players will be quietly confident. You know, they get everybody back fit. They'll be a threat to anyone. OK, well, Michael's just said I'm not sure how he'd feel being a goalkeeper in this team. We can find out because the Spurs one, Guillermo Vicario, is waiting to speak to us live. Well, first of all, Guillermo, great to see you. What on earth was it like to play in a crazy game like that?
Yeah, it was an unbelievable Sunday afternoon for us. Yeah, I think it was a little bit difficult for us at the beginning. I think we suffered much than we deserve Manchester City, and then I think after half-time we changed our mentality and we tried to do more brave, with more courage, with more intensity and more intention to play our football, and then I think we deserve this draw.
You're talking about the second half. Let me take you 16 seconds into it. You're 2-1 down. You gave the ball away, but then made a brilliant save. This would have been 3-1 and a very different match, potentially.
Yeah, it doesn't count because it was my mistake, you know? So
it does count. Come on.
Nah, it doesn't count because I have to play better, but it was good Bernardo because it was waiting for me, and then... Yeah, it was a good save now. Now I can see that.
Guillermo, it's Michael Owen speaking. I was just wondering, have you ever played in a team that is more attack-minded than this one?
No, never. Because my career started from the bottom and very low level. So this is my first year just to play with such these great players, you know. So I'm very happy to be here and to can improve my also with my feet and my save with everything. So I have to be very thankful to the Spurs.
at halftime, you said the manager said he wanted you guys to be a bit braver. As players, sometimes, when you're in a game, do you think, well, this could go the other way at Manchester City? Being that brave and that positive on the ball, that open at times? Or was the manager say, look, go and play, be positive and try and win the game?
Yeah, of course, because in the first half we didn't show that. We were a little bit, I think, not scared, but not free in the mind like we had to be, So I think in the dressing room we look each other in the eyes and we say we have to change now, because these are the matches that you didn't dream to play when you're a child. So we cannot play with fear. We have to show our best, and I think we did. So of course we deserve this draw.
And just finally, you're only the second team in almost a year to get anything in the Premier League at the Etihad. The way you did it late on as well, what does that do to belief within the group, especially with so many players missing at the moment?
Yeah, I think, of course, we miss many players, but we don't have to... we cannot have some excuses, so we have just to keep going, keep working, and nothing gonna change. Yes, of course, we hope they can come back as soon as they can. We are waiting for them, but now we have to be focused and we have to prepare the next match on Thursday.
Well done today. Really appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well done.
So Manchester City lead Spurs by 2-1 at the Etihad after that eventful first half in Manchester, which started so well for Spurs. For the 5th consecutive meeting between these two, they took the lead, Glenn, from a Manchester City corner.
Yeah, it's a really, really good break, They've defended the ball well. Hill done very well to get the ball out. Kulusevski plays one in behind, and Doku ends up in the left-back position and not knowing where he is geography on the pitch, and Son just nods it. Here, we just analyse Gillett. Look, he's read the situation. He had 3 to pick up on the edge of the box. Shrivels on it, plays a lovely ball, first time ball. Look at them break. They're breaking a gut to get forward, Spurs players. Look, that's what they've worked at, defend, but we break quickly. In the end, Son goes for goal. He had a little glance, could he play it across? But at the end, I think the keeper would be disappointed as well.
Yeah, I think so, about the goalkeeper. Kyle Walker, you see, he actually lets him shoot, doesn't he? Yeah. He could come across, but then he'd leave his man. So he thinks, you know what, that angle is probably tight enough. I'm going to back my goalkeeper here. And he did do that. Goalkeeper let him down slightly. I thought he should have saved it as well.
But they led for just 2 minutes and 17 seconds and conceded from a set play.
Yeah, Alvarez is brilliant in terms of free kicks. He just whips it into an area, but the line, Glenn, is just far too high. I don't understand why everybody is so high. They've got to be 3 or 4 yards deeper, and just allows them to be able to attack the ball. They chase back, and because they chase back, they're all facing the goal, and it comes off Son's leg. It's avoidable.
It is avoidable. Look, every Spurs player they're defending is too late on it. If you start deeper, you've got a chance of getting back and then coming across and heading it out for a corner. But their body shape, every single one of them, and it's no, it was always going to end up, one of them was going to play the ball. It was going to be an own goal because Son didn't know where he was. He's just put his leg out and he's facing his own goal. Could have been Basuma, could have been the one behind him. So it was poor defending, which could have been averted.
Phil Foden has 5 goals in 6 games. Was this typical Manchester City or poor from Tottenham?
I would say more poor from Tottenham, if I'm honest, and starting with the clearance there. Body shape all over the place. Some people playing an offside trap, some people not, and eventually it was almost like an under-8s goal, just walking it in. But we see here, Glenn, the first problem, shanking it. Probably a left foot clearance, that was, wasn't it?
Definitely. If you're a centre-back now and he's playing in there, Emerson, he's got to clear that with his left foot. Then you see what we've highlighted there is the ball watching. They're just totally ball watching.
And Alvarez runs straight in behind him. He knows they're not watching.
Absolutely, like you said when we watched it, that's what happened against Wolves. Tottenham just ball watching, a running behind, and they're all over the place. Davis tries to cover. Davis at the beginning, he's played everyone on side, but I understand why. He's looked at his teammates thinking they're ball watching. He's making some sort of...
Both showing
not my fault.
Each other.
But he could have averted it if he clears it with his left foot at the beginning. But it was so easy for Foden just to stroke in. It was like an 8-a-side goal.
Here's the big question for you, Owen. How is it only 2 goals for Manchester City in that first half?
Well, they're lucky, Tottenham, that it's only been 2. They've had so many chances, hit the woodwork. They've been brilliant, to be fair. But the thing is, Emerson, he's a right back. But what's he doing there? You can't take any risks there. I mean, that is just ridiculous. Normally, Haaland, that is in the back of the net. They had more than enough chances, didn't they, Mo?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they hit the woodwork twice. We saw that chance that Haaland would normally gobble up. I mean, they hit the woodwork twice in a fraction of a second there. That was really unlucky, a great effort. But they're breaking on them. Tottenham are playing reasonably high line at some point as well. I mean, they got away with only conceding 2 there. I mean, this is going to... Well, we thought it was going to be a bit of a cricket score before the game. The only surprise from this half, Steve, is that it's only 2-1, that there was only 3 goals because there's been so many chances.
They certainly have.
Derek Ray, joined here on the commentary box, as always, by Lee Dixon. And it's all about action from the Premier League in this case. It is Manchester City up against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Always my favourite time of the week, spending time with you at games. We should be in for a belter here with these 2.
And here's the Manchester City lineup. AndSon gets the nod in goal. Alexander Zinchenko starts with Joao Cancelo in the fullback positions. Kevin De Bruyne starts with Rodri in central midfield. And the main forward is Gabriel Jesus. Joao Cancelo. Patient enough build-up. Can they carve out a chance? Must take the lead here. Well, they're going to be... I must say, I think it's impossible to take your eyes off Kevin De Bruyne when he's in top form. And Lee, so much to like about the Belgian and the way he goes about his business.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to think of a weakness. I'm not sure how good he is in the air. Heading, he probably can still head the ball, but everything else, left foot, right foot, sees a pass, scores goals, energetic, vibrant, hungry. I could go on all night long.
Complete player. Got to it easily, the keeper. Losing the ball, Dele Alli. De Bruyne threading it through. Reguilon. Now Son. Promising move from Tottenham. Well, the defending not the best here. And a Tottenham Hotspur pretty clear.
Oh, I like that, Derek. Good refereeing. Nice and strong. Told the player exactly.
Ball is loose. MRBEAR.
Well, goalkeepers live a charmed life at times, but that was just brilliant. Really, really good goalkeeping.
Lo Celso. Lo Celso. Bale. Son in the centre. Just not testing the...